So good morning, guys. This morning we'll be looking at gold. We'll check into the market and see what the market has for us this morning. All right. So, yeah, for those that are joining us, my name is Adequate. I manage this channel, and 3 times in a week we come up here to analyze the market together. Basically, good, right? So, this morning we are doing same this morning. Let's go for first. People thank you for thank you. There's a so we are the people that are kind of the market to get in the market. Help us to know the right move of the market. Jesus name, amen. So this is good. This is good. Uh, what do we have on good this one? What do we have on good this morning? Yeah, good is deep. And so yesterday, good broke out of this zone. Mark this zone on yesterday's slide. Expecting retracement, a break and retrace back to this zone, but it was a massive pull up to the upside. It gave no room, absolute no room for retracement. So this one was looking for buy continuation, right? We're looking for buy continuation of this morning. The question is at what point are we going to enter the market? That is the question. At what point are we going to enter the market? So it's going to be at what point we're going to enter the market. That's the first question. Right. For those that are following me, my strategy is simply demand and supply zone. Yeah, this is simply how I enter the market. I analyze the market rather. I watch out for the base, maybe the formation of consolidation. I watch out for the base formation of consolidation points. I watch out for breakouts above the base or below the base. Then wait for retracements into my bank. So what we are looking for now is we're looking for consolidation points that is the base that has liquidity especially. And yeah, we're expecting a break back to it. For the nearest move this morning, our nearest point of interest, we're going to mark it out. So we're going to mark our nearest point of interest out in and this is it. We'll mark it out. We have our first point here. We have our first point here. We have our first point here. Why do I mark that? We are going to consolidation point. And we have the breakout of it. This is consolidation point. The market breakout of it. So it's simply waiting for market to trace back to this zone for the buy continuation. Because it's an aggressive move. So market will definitely react to this. Ordinarily, I will watch out for this point. Why? The next market as our second zone. The next market as our second zone. That is another POI for us. So whatever reaction market has on this first zone will determine what we'll do in the second zone. So see where the consolidation here, market broke up to the point. Market broke up to this point. Simply waiting for retracement now. Simply waiting for retracement back to this point. Back to this very point, guys. So that is simply how my strategy works. Let's simply how it works. Let's simply how my strategy works. So you look for the base, watch out for the base, get the breakout, that's the downside of the upside. And just take a buy on myself. So you can see market's already looking like a trace. It's already trying to trace back to this point. Market's already forming tracing back to this point. So our first PI for this morning is this point. How many pieces is that from here? This 52, 35, 30 zone. So back to the high, 65. It's about 300 pips. So that's about 300 pips. It's a good move. It's a good move, guys. So, regardless, what will confirm my entry is the candle reaction to this point. I have to see a good candle reaction at this point. So I go enter this back. I have to see a candle reaction. The market leader come here and can give allowance for liquidity sweep. Can give allowance for liquidity sweep. Give allowance for liquidity sweep. Give allowance for liquidity sweep. Then the not watching out for the price at this very point. And this very point. Not watching out for the price at this very point. So that's going to be our first UI. Slightly below the current liquidity. Yeah, I said. So just look for 150. For those that are following this channel, just look for 150. Regardless of what the market is presenting to us. So just want to for 150 on this trade. We'll be out of it. 150 from the market and we'll be out of it. So this is what we're expecting this morning, guys. The first thing you have to do when you enter a good cash is just to draw out, mark out your zones. It's very important to mark out your zones. Watch out for possible retracement levels, possible zones that market react to a lot. So you have to watch out for your zone. Sincerely selling good is very easy. It all depends on you, how you read the market, how patient you are in the market, and all that. So this is what we're watching out for this morning. The buyer has been so aggressive. In fact, gold is not even giving one room for catching up at all. It's crazy. Yesterday night I was telling my students to set a buy limit at this point. What zone was that? I told them to set a buy limit at this point 60, 51, 60. Yeah, at the long run, let's mark that out. At the long run, I expect market to come from this point as well. Probably tomorrow or next tomorrow. There's probably tomorrow or Friday. I expect market to come to this point. There is how many more from here? 5060 to 5160. That's 1000 pips. That's 1000 pips. So consider market to come here because there are a lot of corrections to be made. We had a whole lot of imbalance at this point. A whole lot of imbalance at this point, right? So consider market to clear at least up to this point. At least up to just like we had last week. We had this last week and I marked it. I marked it out. The market did exactly the same thing. The top is was it was to about 50, 49, 1000 of two. But the market will mitigate this zone this week. That's the long run, of course. And the market will mitigate this zone this week and give us a good continuation of price to the upside. Possibly even to this point. But of course, my most interesting point is this. Then probably it is back to this point. Probably. But first of all, I'm expecting this. Very sure the market to do this for us this week, probably tomorrow or Friday. So expecting this movement on gold and yeah, watch out for that. But for today, watch out for these two moves. For today for our buy continuation, watch out for these two moves. Watch out for these two moves. Watch out for this and this. So first the market is gonna come here I take it back to the upside, then probably during the news section, market might come to this point. Yeah, market might come to this point and continue the buy to the upside. Just like this is similar. There's something with market, right? As always been said, market often repeats pattern. Yesterday we had this move yesterday. We took a buy at this point. And yesterday I mentioned that this was my main buy zone. This was my main buy zone, but market happened to it while I was asleep. And so we waited for this particular zone here. We utilized this zone instead for the placement. And that's how we got our buy yesterday. It is TP of 200 pips. That was London section yesterday. We had TP at this point and yes. Market eventually came back to this point. I was betting more deep, of course, I was already making a trade from here. First market to come to this point at least, because I was nearing demand zone after that point. I was looking as if it was going to break and come to this point. Wow, that was what I was expecting yesterday. The market simply respected this zone back and had a massive push to the upside. So, same thing is going to happen today. This is the nearest demand zone. We have a tap on the face, quick retracement to the upside, then struggle around this point, then boom, back to this point for the buy continuation to the upside. So this is what I'm looking for today, 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 guys. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. Overall, it is not this place just now. I mark this place for market come to this point or this point at the end of this week. So those are the zones I'm watching out for. Those are the zones I'm watching out for, guys. Let's see how market reacts to this. So I'm gonna keep this running. I'm gonna keep this running and see what the market has to do. So as you can see, I'm marking out my zone. This guy is my focus in the market. I'm not just guessing one. I'm marking out my zone with the head of with the allocation of liquidity or consolidation, consolidation. Another one here, another one here. So when you have a strategy, it becomes difficult to analyze the market. You don't waste time on the charts. Sincerely, guys. You don't waste time. So that's why it's very important that you understand your head. It's very important that you understand your head, guys. It's very important to understand your head. That you just get focused on the market and it ends the loss. This saves you from you trying to guess what, trying to force trade on yourself. And, yeah. So understanding your head is very important stuff. If you must, if you must make a difference this year, understanding your head is much more important than anything. Much more important. So once you understand your head, you understand your strategy, all you need to do is just watch out for those things. Just have to watch out for them. So recently it becomes much more easy for me to trade the market, to analyze the market because I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for. So these are my points of interest. Liquidity plus consolidation, liquidity plus consolidation, liquidity and boom, market comes here, you buy or you sell. So this is as simple as it may look. It doesn't get simpler than this, guys. It doesn't, sincerely. Checking back to the chart, you see the market keeps doing the same thing over another thing. Same thing over another thing. The only thing you need is just you being patient with the market. You don't rush through, just allow the market to play out and give you exactly what you need. Right. So This is something you need to watch out for. Know your edge. You don't rush into the market or you don't get short in the market. Or you have to know your hedge. You have to know your hedge. It helps you, it saves you a lot of Excel. It saves you from a lot of liquidations. And most importantly, it saves you from a lot of trauma or mental. It saves your mental health a lot. I can literally use 2 minutes to analyze the market. In 2 minutes, I see what I'm looking for in the market. How easy it is for me because I simply know my edge. Now, what happens if all of these zones doesn't market doesn't respect all of these zones? Nothing happens and we just need to chill, look for another market formation, look for the same thing, consolidating point, a breakout, then expect retracement and we enter. So generally, the market is still on a very strong buy. I'm not expecting its major sell. Yeah, okay. So I'm not expecting major sell. I'm not expecting any major sell. Right? I'm not expecting any major sell. So of course, this period is going to this year is going to be a great year for good traders. The moment to just keep buying, look for good placement. And when the market eventually changes trends, you also, because you have an edge, you also understand that the trend has changed. But for now, we are still aggressively bullish. Only of course, just as it happened at this point, we'll be looking forward for this day to happen this particular movement here. We'll be looking forward for that because markets will always correct itself. So we look for something like this. Market will move all the way from this point, that is 49.95 to 50.98, and boom, a single drop. That was last week. A single drop did this. Same thing happened here. A single drop did that. So at least I'm expecting market to correct itself back to this point. Back to this point. Yep. Yeah. So watch out for that. But for now, I'm watching out for sales buys, buy continuation. We're looking for buy continuation there too. Let's chill over and see what the market has for us. Let's what the market has for us. It's gonna be a great day as usual. One thing I must say is that guys, please make sure you don't force trade. You don't need to trade every day. That is the truth. You really don't need to trade every day. It's not compulsory. The market is already there. No, I'm only doing this because and to um and to let you guys understand how easy this thing is, and also watching this will help everyone, both myself and you guys, to learn the more. And there's something with consistency when you keep checking to the market and you keep analyzing the market, you get better by the day. All right. And this might not be every day, right? So note, don't force trades every single day. It might not happen all the time. Why not? Why force it? Why force it, guys? There's no point forcing it. So don't force trades. Don't force trades. Market will always do its thing. Don't force it. Take a chill pill and to understand the market. So guys, you have to tell yourself, you need to be patient. They said that some persons, this kind of market, some persons want to just jump in right away and just right to the upside. But here's what that you're not seeing any price action at this level apart from this. So for what reason do you want to buy at this point? Yes, market is on a strong move. Yes, you want to really be a victim of liquidity. You want to fall into the trap of the market. So what ends? So why not wait for market to react to whatever strategy you do? And even though you miss your entries, market is the great more opportunity for you. So guys, always learn to be patient, always learn to be patient, no rush, no rush. Okay, this 5 minutes, you can see that this moment is much more clear here. It's very much clear. This consolidation here is very clear. It's very clear. It is necessary for market. Yeah, I'm saying necessary because that is ICD. It's necessary for market to come back to that point. It's very important that market does that. It's very important that market does that. It's very important that market does that. So let's see. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. So this zone, this particular zone, you see that concentrating point here. It's more clear on the 5 minutes. So this is what you are watching out for your continuations of either buy or sell. You're also watching out for something like this. You have the same thing here. You have the same thing here. Same thing here. Same thing here. Market broke out. And this is the law of this, the easy law of the market structure. This is just basic, guys. This is just basic market structure. You have a zone as this. You have um you have a zone as this. Going to draw it. You have a zone as this, and that zone as this. Market ranking. A breakout from here simply means irritation to this point for by continuation. That is how simple this thing is, guys. This is not just about drawing lines on the chart. This is about what happens in the market. Exactly what happens in the market. And this is more reason why I'm expecting this. Market was ranging at this point, at these 2 points. The breakout simply means market is coming back to this point. I'm buying. Sometimes you have liquidity at this zone. Maybe it can extend its movement to this point. To this point. That is the constitution point. That's what I call it. That's always what I for the base. So this is very interesting. That's why, yeah, at the end of the day, just ordinary market structure is not enough. You have SMC. For me, the best strategy for me, of course, every strategy is a very good strategy. You have SMC. It tells you that this is a consolidating point in base. The market is slightly coming to clear off all this liquidity before it continues. So instead of this move here that we have here, instead of this particular move here, market will simply do this instead. Wait. So sorry guys for the interruption. So instead of market doing this, buying continue to buy to the upside, market will rather or instead come to this point, extend the drop to this point, maybe liquidity done, and then keep buying. This is as simple as look, this is exactly what we're looking out for here. And that's why If you notice, I give allowance for this entry here. I give allowance for it here. I give allowance because I don't want to enter just the consolidation point. I want to give allowance for it's as simple as it to look in all what you need just to be patient. Allow the market to do whatever it's going to do. Then you enter back. Alright. So I resolve your questions and this is why I don't want to miss the section because beyond looking at the markets, we also learn. Alright. I let you understand what I'm looking for, why I'm using that method and why it works. If it works out for this now, for the past since last week, we only had one SL. We only had one SL. Let me look at the other time frame. Then markets. It was and that SL was because it was not ordinary an SL. It was because I didn't close at 200 pips TP. Where is the SL? Last week, last week, last week, last week. Yeah, it was a sell. It was this. Ordinarily, my TP is 200 pips. This trade gave us more than 200 pips to this point. I didn't close out. First market to come to this point instead. And markets eventually retraced back on me. And I neglected this zone. And that's why I put in that good trades on zone. It trades within zone. And good is very, very keen on zone there too. You have to be thinking about market after zone. So I missed out on this zone. The market therefore bounced back at this point and boom. That was how we ETSL on this point. Otherwise, all other trades were profit. We had about 4 to 5 trades last week. Only this was SL. Only this. And you can see it was even a clean move. A clean move. The demand zone took a sell. And boom. So this thing works. It works. Just stay consistent with it. Keep learning it. You will definitely reap the reward of it. So let's watch out for markets does this morning. Let's see how fast it will come to this point. Let's see how fast it will come to this point. Let's see how fast it will come to this point. Alright. Yeah, sorry, I have to reply to my student. He's just sending me the analysis for the day and it's exactly guess what guys. It's exactly what I'm doing on the live here. Exact point of interest because I've told them this and it becomes easy for you to identify this thing. Becomes easy. Becomes easy. It becomes easy for you to identify once you know this. Becomes very easy to do. It becomes easy. So simply have the same entry as I do. Simply have the same entry as I do. Guys, I will leave you with this. Allow the market to run. And let's see what we got. Let's see what we got this morning. Just wait and see how fast market react to analysis. Become Let's see how fast market react to analysis this morning.